My richest investor owns 80 properties, but the secret to her success wasn't her income. It was her emotions. These 5 lessons broke my brain, and they're based on ideas on her favorite philosopher, Martha Nussbaum. She says that emotions aren't irrational, they're intelligence. They are data. Let's dive into these 5 important lessons that is the secret to her wealth. Lesson 1 that my rich investor shared with me: shame keeps you poor, guilt makes you rich, Q. She said to me, Q, shame is paralysis, guilt is momentum. And if you look at Martha Nussbaum's work, she says that shame is self-focused. She says to me, for example, Q, people with shame, they say, I'm bad because I did X, Y, and Z, like fill in the blank on the bad things you do. For people that replace shame with guilt, for example, they are other focused. They're not focused on themselves. They say, oh, I've done X, Y, and Z instead of the bad things, but let me fix it. A further example, she says, Q, most broke people live in shame. They say things like, oh, I'm not smart with money. Or they say things like, when it comes to financial decisions, I always mess this up. But wealthy people, she says, Q, they don't waste time on shame. They feel the guilt, but then they act accordingly. So she said to me, when you feel money shame, Q, which I sometimes do, the call to action, which is a CTA, is to just pause, guys, and then swap that feeling of shame for guilt. Like, for example, I apply this lesson for some of my clients. For example, they feel bad for not paying their credit card repayments and they're in arrears. So I said to them, swap the shame for guilt. Say to yourself, I feel guilty I ignored my credit card payments for the last 2 months, but let me, which is doing something about it, let me call the bank and set up a payment plan. Just don't let shame override you guys. Don't go, oh, I missed my credit card payment, I'm an a-hole with money. No, don't say that. Because remember the lesson of this rich lady, shame keeps you poor, guilt makes you rich. Let's move on to lesson number 2. She said, Q, fear is the emotion of control, but calm is the emotion of wealth. She said to me, again quoting Martha Nussbaum, she said, fear is the currency of monarchies. Like politicians, media, marketers, they sell fear to keep you reactive. But calm is rare, and calm is powerful. Like my investor client trained her nervous system like a Navy SEAL. When interest rates spiked, she stayed cool. And during COVID, she bought properties when others panicked. She said to me, Q, real wealth is not about timing the market. It's built on emotional stability. She said to me, every time you feel there is fear in your nervous system, write it down. She said to me, as a call to action, write down every financial fear that you feel this week. For example, in one column, write down your fears, and next to this column, write down a calm response. For example, on one side, you might write down interest rates always keeps going up. Ugh, I'm scared. But on the calm response side, you might write, I will talk to my bank or broker to fix my home loan for the peace of mind. Wink, wink. And lesson number 3 for this rich client. She said, Q, unexamined envy wastes your life. Examined envy shows you the way. Or in Chinese, when she said to me, 知己知彼，百戰百勝. Just quoted from Sun Tzu's Art of War, know thyself, know thy enemy, 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. Because according to MN, sorry, her name is too long, envy isn't evil. She said that envy is a personal compass. She says that the emotion of envy is an appraisal of value. She says that you envy others because the others that you envy are expressing a life that deep down you really want. She said to me, Q, every time I got jealous of another investor, I used it like a cheat code. She didn't run to a corner and sulk. She zoomed in, she studied, and she copied. She said to me, as a call to action, every time you feel kind of envy, examine it. Go and write down on a notebook like this, write down who triggers your envy right now. I want you to name them. Write down the list, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the names. Then number 2, I want you to study their steps. Then number 3, stop being mad at these people. And number 4, start mirroring. Remember, guys, she said to me, Q, envy is a direction in disguise. For example, on your notebook, you might write down, I'm jealous with X, Y, and Z, like for example, Joe Blow, who bought 3 investment properties. So right now, I'll book a call with Q, wink, wink, to see how this person X, Y, Z did it. Remember, guys, this is my quote. Instead of being salty, be thirsty for knowledge. Lesson number 4, if you're still with me, she says, Q, fear shrinks, but hope builds. MN, the philosopher, once said, fear shrinks possibility, but hope expands it. Because for my investor client that has 80 investment properties, she builds when others shrink. She once told me, which was 10 years ago, which started my investment journey, if you wait to feel safe to invest, you will basically wait forever, you bloody dummy. She said to me many years ago when I was feeling this way, she said, as a CTA call to action, write on your journal, one future-focused financial goal today. For example, when I meet clients, first home buyers who go, oh, this is impossible for me, I say to them, write one future financial focus goal today. You can go and open a new high interest savings account, and then you can, like for example, name it First Home Escape Plan. Then step 1, set up $50 every Friday as a deposit. That's $2,600 a year in terms of saving. And remember guys, this tiny ritual isn't about savings. It's telling your emotional nervous system, I'm not stuck. I'm building my exit plan. And last but not least, if you stayed thus far, I congratulate you. My rich and wealthy client said to me, hey Q, the reality with human nature is you don't know what you believe until you're questioned. She said that once said, most people don't know what they believe and they never stop to figure it out. And that's why she said, Q, most people are financially stuck. She said, for me, Q, I'm crystal clear on what I want. Her money beliefs are unshakable. No media headline shakes her. Oh, I have 100 and 200 properties. This is my secret, blah, blah, blah. She is not reactive. She is rooted. So as a call to action for you guys to incorporate lesson 5 is number 1, ask yourself, what do I believe about money? I want you to get a journal and write it down. And number 2, next to this question, I want you to write down, who taught me this? Then step number 3, as you've written this down on this journal, I want you to look right into its eyes and then audit it. And step number 4 is ask yourself this question, does this belief, this money belief, serve me? For example, on a 4-column table, you will write money belief. For example, most of my clients I talk to, first home buyers, money is hard to come by and it's easy for rich people to get ahead. It's so unfair. Then ask yourself under the column, who taught you this? Oh, my bloody dad. And then ask yourself, does this serve me? No. And then what is a new belief you can insert? Well, you can say, I can grow wealth today through leveraging, for example, borrowing from the bank, through getting knowledge, for example, watching this TikTok and then sharing it to your friends and mates, and also doing this every day consistently, step by step. Remember guys, you don't walk up Mount Everest by just looking at Mount Everest, which is your North Star of financial freedom. You look at your feet, one step at a time. So again guys, thank you for your patience. I know this is a long video, but these 5 lessons, if they hit home for you, then I really think it's time for you to stop playing checkers with your money. And I want you to seriously start playing chess with your mindset. If you like this video and you want more of this, I want you to hit this follow button over here. I'm starting to talk more about wealth psychology for my rich investor clients, also a ton of property hacks. Otherwise, book a 15-minute or 60-minute consult with me. Let me map out how to turn your emotions into equity.